Hey sisters, and welcome back to my channel. Let's never do that again. Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. Okay, so obviously we're just gonna cut to the chase here. You can see I am uncompleted. I've got eyeshadow, a little bit of blush, no lipstick, no wig, no nothing, because I feel like this experience does not merit the full get-up. The Morphe and James Charles palette. The raved about, the talked about, the hyped about, the sold out like 6 different times palette. There had been a couple of times where I would get an email from Morphe or Ulta and they'd be like, oh girl, she back in stock. And then I'd click that link and it would be like sold out. So of my own free will, I set an alarm. I put the whole whatever. It was coming back on stock to Morphe. I was like, I hadn't been feeling Morphe. We're going to do this review and then I'm going to wash my hands of the brand. And I was desperately hoping for a good experience to kind of lead us off on the Morphe whatever. No such luck. And I can tell you right now, I'm going to get so much hate for this. But y'all, I ain't here to BS you guys and to be all like, oh, it's amazing, it's wonderful, it's whatever. And I think it's kind of stupid. It's like the type of thing, I know I'm gonna get hate. I'm gonna get comments down below telling me you don't know how to do eyeshadow, you don't know how to do makeup, you're not good enough, you're not talented enough to be able to comprehend this type of palette. Which I think is kind of crappy in and of itself, because it shows that you can't have a differing opinion on a popular product or a popular influencer without that. I mean, come on, people, it's opinions. And if you can't handle someone having a different experience, I feel like that says a lot about you as a mature person. Like, if you have to come out and attack people for disagreeing and having problems with discrepancies in formula and quality, people who rush to defend themselves, like really nastily, seem to have more to hide than someone who would be like, oh yeah, I see that would be, kind of a problem. I'm sorry you had that happen. But enough of the intro. This is the James Charles and Morphe palette, $39, currently sold out. No tea, no shade. I think that part of the reason it is currently sold out is because he has like, what? 14 million subscribers. That means there's going to be at least 10 million people who want to buy this palette, and there are a lot of that's a lot of people. But this is what she looks like. Beautiful, stunning. You guys know, I am here for a dramatic palette. And that is kind of what, like, why I did bite that bullet, because I look at this and I'm like, yes, even the neutrals are something that I would see myself dipping into. They work beautiful with the brights provided in this. The layout and the color scheme and color story of this palette is brilliant. But that's about where the brilliance ends for me. You would think that after all the whatever that Morphe has gotten, they would take a hint and they would put the names on the whatever. Nope, we got a little sheet, we got a little thing here, and I taped it here. But if this is anything like the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette, then they're gonna just hold on to it. It's gonna be limited edition. Then they're gonna make it permanent, and then they're gonna release it in new, better packaging with the names under the shadows. So you guys can just wait around for that instead of buying it now. It is what I am wearing on my hideously disappointed peepers today. We started off with Tune right here, which is kind of this like yellow, soft, whatever beige color. Then I went into B right here, which is this bright yellow. Then I dipped into 518 right here. Then I started going in with Social Blade right here. And let me tell you, the first 2.5 colors were good. This one applied very nicely. This one applied nicely. The orange was, it was okay. I was just like, all right, I can work with that. And then we started doing the green right here. And I understand before anyone comes in on me and is like, well, you don't know how to use a pressed pigment. Which is what this palette is. This is not a eyeshadow palette. It is a pressed pigment artistry palette. And I started putting it on. You know, you start with a packing motion with a pressed pigment rather than a blending motion. I was packing it. I was like, all right, we're getting a little bit of pigment. And I noticed that on the edges of where I was packing the pigment, it was oxidizing. Now, I don't think I've experienced oxidation with any shadow I've used before. Even the subculture where people was saying it was oxidizing, I didn't have that problem. So we did that, and I was getting frustrated, and I was trying to, you know, we'd pack it, and then I'd gently, just gently try to like drag it in here to kind of get that blend. No, I'd be like, well, the green isn't blending, but I can sure as heck see the yellow under there. And then we went in with Daddy, which he ain't my daddy. And I don't know, can you see, do you see this? I understand I am no makeup artist. I am no famous person known for having amazing artistry skills. But I can at least get a decent blend going on here. And if you see, I was like trying to pack it in. You don't even see this green. And I was trying to pack it in and like you'd pack it on. First off, it would not pack on for anything. This color, no, would not apply, would not adhere. And then once again, I would just pack it. We're doing the thing. And then you would just gently, just the tiniest blending motion. And it just wiped the color away. And I'm sitting here thinking, do I need some kind of special, like I know sometimes with shimmers and glitters, we got to use a special kind of glitter primer, glitter glue, tacky, whatever going on. And do I need some kind of special matte primer? And I was like, all right, let's, you know, I kind of was throwing my brushes around, getting real heated. So I was like, let's just, you know, we'll do a little bit of shimmer. So I did this one right here, which is Ring Light. No, not ring light at all. Just kind of a faint little something going on there. And I was like, all right, let's try adding a little something else. So I went in with the shade Face right here. No, that one did absolutely nothing. And y'all may be thinking, well, Soraya, you know, it's just one experience. You've just used the palette once. Wrong. I have used this palette multiple times. I don't like using an item just once or twice before I review it for you guys, so I can be completely 100% honest and real. Another offender in this pigment dissipation whatever is going to be the shade Escape right here, the shade Benny right here, Cola, not so good, did the same lifting thing, did not want to apply, and then I would go in to just gently try to blow out those lines, and well, I just blew out the whole shadow. Acapella right here looks beautiful, stunning in the pan, was very akin to the Shimmer shades in the Natasha Denona Tropic palette, which you guys all know how I feel about. But honestly, enough of that, I will swatch this for you guys, and we're just gonna talk even more about it. Bring it all in a little closer so you can see this going on. We're just gonna go whoop, whoop, whoop. Probably gonna be here for eternity. First up, we have Canvas, Ring Light, and So Good going on here. The mattes feel pretty good, you know, nothing I've never felt before. The shimmers are an easy shadow to formulate. We all know this. But just because they're easy to formulate doesn't mean they're going to be good. I tried applying multiple of these shimmers with a brush, as well as with my finger, on different bases, and they just didn't seem to work. And when you compare that with, say, shimmers from Jeffree Star, Anastasia Beverly Hills, even Urban Decay and Too Faced, these just aren't anything good even. Next is 518 Rusted and Halloween right there. The orange worked, you know, somewhat okay. It wasn't, you know, the best orange that I've used, you know, enter Sugar Pill and all that jazz. Got it going here, here, and then this one, which is one of the better shimmers. We've got Wig, Tea, and Punch Me going on here. I know a lot of people don't like it when I swatch. They say I'm not digging my finger around in there enough, so we'll dig them in. We go right here. Going on there. Then we have Sister, Mary, and Literally. Sister is an okay, like, it's alright, like that. It's just like there are so many other shimmer formulas that require less effort and give off more zhuzh. Juvia's Place for one. I mean, it's just alright here. I mean, look, just right here and here. Next is You're Kidding, Shook, and Boutique. I am definitely not kidding, and I am very shook, but for all the wrong reasons. Here we go, right here, looking like that. These are three of the best ones, although this red can be a little bit patchy. This is another one that suffered from that, oh, it looks good when you pack it on, but then if you try to smooth it out and blend it, it just kind of fades off into the distance. Benny Face and no Flashback and Face. The Benny shade here is another one of those ones that it starts out pretty, but Jesus take the wheel when you try to blend that out, and it just, oh, it's very underwhelming. And this white is underwhelming as well, especially, like I said, if you take into consideration brands such as Color Pill, Sugar Pill, the white in the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. It's just like Tune, Code James, and 10% off, which I wish I could get 100% off of this, because it just, these ones here, these like middle shades, say be that white one, I didn't have too much trouble with these four right here. The black was kind of a joke. And we're running out of swatch base. But compared to a couple of the other ones, these ones were like, all right, you know, they weren't amazing, but they also weren't like, oh, awful like this. Spooky Bee and Guac going on right here. Like, it feels smooth enough, you know, and then we've got this one, which is not the most pigmented yellow on the universe. I mean, you guys saw my review of the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments and Shadows, and I'm out of space. Just go down just a little bit more. Can y'all see it? I mean, it looks really nice there, but was not the best to work with. And then Guac right there. Hello, Playground, and Brother. So we'll just, I know it's kind of hard to do it with these like fingernails, but I'm gonna get in there. And here we go, right there, and there, and there. Like, I don't know. Do you see how like patchy and just like, for being a pigment, something that is like just the color press, there is no whatever, there is no, it's supposed to be just the color. Doesn't look like a lot of color payoff in that periwinkle shade. And we've got Artistry, which is one of the more chunky, like not as smooth feeling shimmers. Love that, which I realized I'm just swatching on the wrong fingers. And then Pinkity Drinkity. I'm gonna really dig my finger all up in this one, because this one's like a faint effervescent wash of pink. There we go, right there. Going on. I mean, can we discuss how pitiful that purple is? Like, you know, when it's just kind of of color, but then like the shimmer is like, there's like just a little effervescent fairy fart. Social Blade, Daddy, and Cape Cod going on right here. Some of the main ones. I mean, These are like so, there's a difference between being powdery and feeling and looking like chalk, like in comparison to, say, the Colored Rain palette. And they're always talking about, oh, you just need to like one swipe it and it's amazing and the pigmentation and everything is freaking phenomenal. I mean, just part of my problem with the shimmers is the fact that like you have to like press so hard to get the pigment either on your finger or on your brush, and then you're like squishing your eyeball to get it on your lid, and then what you get out of it isn't worth the effort, the struggle, or the pain at all. Cola, Acapella, and Escape. Once again, like I'm sitting here like doing my finger all up around in that, and it's just like, it looks really great on camera, but can you see, and then Acapella right here, digging that finger in there, and it like looks good. You're like, oh, that's pretty, that's gonna be great, but you're like, wrong finger. But when you think about actually having to work with it, it's just like, no. Sorry that these are out of order, but I am a moron. I mean, these blues are just, and I understand brighter colors are harder to formulate, but this palette has been sold out like 50 million times. I figured there's probably something going on. It's gotta be good. Then last but not least, Single and the ever so famous Skip shade from Cody Rants. Digging that finger in there, digging it in. All right, you ready for the grand finale? Wow. Y'all, do these look anything like the swatches he had on his video? Like, I didn't watch that because I don't need to be contributing to his lifestyle or whatever, but like, did they look like the amazing, super pigmented, smooth, whatever? No. No, they don't. They don't. So, am I pleased? Am I happy? Do I feel like this is a palette or a brand or whatever that has consistent formula and quality and good whateverness all around? No, I don't. Y'all can come for me in the comments. You guys can do the same thing you did on my Kat Von D fetish collection review. You can tell me I suck at makeup. You can tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. You can tell me I'm jealous because he's famous and he can do whatever, but that's not the point, is it? The point is, even if you're famous, even if you have 14 million subscribers, you should be able to handle, and I understand James Charles can't handle a lot, the criticism, constructive or otherwise, when something you have put your stamp on doesn't seem to be as up to par as you put it out as. Take this box, for example. Look at that. Look at that. You see, we've got like, we've got the orange and then the red and the pink here, and then you've got like the purple and maybe a little bit of black. Do you think he achieved that by just straight up patting the color on? No, sister got a blend, and it's like, if when I'm experiencing this and I'm trying to blend and I blend my color right off of my lid, what? Like I said, I may not be the most talented, but I can at least to a certain degree blend fairly well. I really, really wanted to love this because put James Charles aside, put Morphe aside, whatever, the color scheme and everything about this palette is stunning. I could get so many fantastic looks out of this. It's just so well thought out and put together. The quality just isn't consistent. And one thing that really frustrates me is James he's either like 21 or under 21. He's pretty ding dang young. And kind of as a result of that, his demographic, I feel, I don't know all the statistics or whatever, but his demographic would be a fairly younger audience. If this palette is difficult for me to work with, now I'm no fancy makeup artist like I said, but I have had a fair amount of experience with different eyeshadow formulas and blending and applying and whatever, and I can use the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments palette and blend it out and have that be easier than this. What's happening to his younger audience, his younger consumers who buy this and experience the same problems with having such difficult formulas to work with? Now, I do feel like my opinion and my experience is very much the odd man out in the essence of this palette, because I have seen wonderful, fantastic rave reviews, and that's why I was like, all right, it's time to buy this thing. And it really just frustrates me because I'm like, do I not know how to do makeup? You sit there and you question yourself and you're like, is it me? Is this amazing? And I'm just not amazing enough? But from where I stand, looking at this palette on a whole, my experience and Morphe's inability to quality control, their inability to issue refunds, their inability and James's inability to accept any sort of criticism or feedback. This was just an awful experience. Maybe I got a dud. Maybe that's a thing. I try not to like using that excuse because I feel like that is such a cop-out for the brand. Oh, you got a bad one. It's like, well, that's still your fault, because if you're not creating consistent products all through the whatever, it's just like you can't just make them good. But if we're answering the question of would I recommend this, no, I absolutely would not. Other than it being, like I said, from a hideously inconsistent brand that I am now completely washing my hands of. I will not apply for their products on Octoly. I will not buy their products, no matter who. They could collaborate with my favorite person on earth, and I still will not buy any more products from them. And considering the fact you have palettes such as I keep mentioning it, the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments and Shadow Palette. You want a bright palette that's got a great formula, great quality that you can actually blend, go for that one. Go for the Jeffree Star Blood Sugar palette. It's more of kind of like just one tone, but it's again in that pressed pigment category. If they still had the 39B available, which I own, I would recommend that. I've used that. The bright colors in that are fun. And they're easier to use and seem to be better quality than this. I don't know what happened. I got this off the Morphe site. I can't return it. Well, I can, but I don't want to have to pay as much in shipping that I did to actually get it. And any James Charles fans, y'all can come for me, y'all can hate me, y'all can insult me, but sticks and stones may break by my bones, but I really don't care about words either. I will stand by my opinion and my appraisal and my review of this and just washing my hands of the whole thing. Alright guys, there was that review. I'm pretty dang bummed. I really wanted this palette to work out for me. I love bright colors, I love all kinds of things and whatever, but I was willing to put aside the fact that James Charles is the one beauty person that I'm just kind of like, I don't jive with you. After going through this experience, just no more Morphe. I just can't do it. Definitely let me know if you guys have this palette and what your experience is, and if there's a particular way that you use it, let me know, because I don't like buying products that don't work out. Despite what people may think, I do not enjoy investing my money in things that I end up not liking. But as always, leave your opinions, good or bad, below. Try to be civil to each other. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you. And as always, keep it real. Mwah!